That a person is kind to you does not mean that person wants your progress or that person loves you. There are people that will be kind to you, but still, they don't want you to succeed. They don't want you to progress just because they are scared that you might succeed and you will be better than them. So, the earlier you start to realize that there are people who are good to you, but they don't want you to be better than them, will be better for you. There are people that, you will start to trust them, and then you will be revealing some things about you, things that got to do with you, even though it's not secret, but things that got to do with you. And then you trust them that whatever you tells them that nobody else will know or hear about what you told them. You will trust them with that. But unfortunately, such people will still end up being the one to advertise you, being the one to make whatever you are like, kind of like letting them know, telling them to be kind of a secret. They will end up being the one to announce it to people who don't need to, who don't deserve to hear about it. Honestly, there are people who are like this. And I'm a living witness about this story that I'm telling you guys. I remember back then, years ago, there was a guy that I used to, he used to be kind to me, like, he used to be very kind to me. And then I was kind of like trusting him. And then I was telling him a lot of things that got to do with me. I was telling him a lot of stories that got to do with me, even though they are not secret. But such things, when I tell them, when I tell him such things, I expect him not to let anybody else know about what I told him. But to my greatest surprise, one day I was with him, and then he didn't know I was in the house, like I was in his house. Then I was like taking a nap. So while I was sleeping, and then he didn't know that I was in. So he came back with a friend of him. Wherever he went to, he came back with a friend of him. So when he came back, then to my greatest surprise, I overheard him talking about me, discussing me, things that I told him. He was discussing those things with that friend of him. So, to his greatest surprise, when he got in, he found me. Then immediately he found me by his house. I was pretending like, yeah, like I was still sleeping, like I'm sleeping, like I'm in deep sleep. So that's when I smiled and I laughed. That's when I realized that people, some people are not what you think they are really. Some people are not really what you think they are. Honestly, I know some of you will still argue. Nde downten tamos. Bayabanum until una anu ife. Until ome unu. Ntuna we no